All right, Jim, so here's where we started. The old gold on our right today was that iron when we started today, and it was pretty similar to that iron last July, but notice even tonight's better because you're a little more on your feet, at least toward the balls of your feet. Here you're really back on your heels. Last July when we first started looking at things together. So now the new setup tonight is right there. And again, buddy, I didn't have to correct you much. Remember, I didn't let you swing unless you were there. And so you're much taller. And then interestingly, yeah, we might even see a little subtle difference. Yeah, look at that. That's the subtle difference from being on your heels to being on the balls of your feet a little more. And it's a little hard to describe, and there are different lines that different instructors draw and stuff like that. This is probably the most common one. You know, so that's pretty doggone close to being good. Here, see your knees are off that line a little bit, so that would indicate you're a little bit back on your heels. Okay, but this one on the right especially, buddy, is a much better setup than where we started tonight. You know, back looking at something like that. And then again, I think it's good to look at it without the lines, because that's how you'll be looking at yourself in the mirror. So look at, you know, pause the video thing every once in a while and look at it without the lines. And then remember, what we're trying to kind of see as a result of this is that, yes, at impact, your posture, your height and everything will be much more similar to your posture at address. And that's what we're seeing right there, is that you're much more at the same height now. There's still some of that pull-up we know going on, but I'm saying a lot of that may very well go away the next week or two or three as you work on it, just, you know, by being used to things a little better. So yeah, so there's the pull-up, but again, we see on the plane line a lot better as a result too. And pretty much every ball tonight started more right. A couple of them started straight, and interestingly, a lot of them had draws on them. Even if they were a little thin or fat, they were drawing. And, you know, in fact, now that I think about it, there was no hint of slice really on anything. I don't think on any of the balls you hit, man. So let me just take you through now the whole. That's where we started with that wood. There was that iron. And then immediately we started working on that setup. And didn't care about the downswing plane. I just wanted you to get used to that setup. You know, we weren't caring about the downswing plane. Just a lot of balls, getting used to that wild feeling setup. Then we started working on the downswing plane, and sure enough, you started getting better and better with it. And that's the one you hit real fat, and I said I made a mistake there by letting you swing when you started a little too low. Or you hit it real thin, I mean. And this one, again, so you're still on your heels a little bit there, but you're definitely on the plane line better. And we saw the balls starting to the right with a lot more zip on them. Right there, and then you started getting your weight on the balls of your feet just that little bit more, about 60-40. The balls of your feet compared to your heels. Now that ball's starting to the right like on TV. Right there, baby. So I love it. So again, just the main thing here is to try to remember the contrast, right, between that setup that we started with tonight versus that one. Got your hands higher, away from your knees. Got your head and shoulders higher, and then flex your knees just a little more. And then you let your weight go to the balls of your feet just a little more than your heels. So that's the difference right there. All right? Any questions about those things? Okay, man, we'll stop there for tonight. And